Hello there guys, my name is Jacobite007 and welcome to Jacobite007 Studios, where today we are here to bring you SimCity Complete Edition. Now this has all the add-ons and it has the City of Tomorrow expansion pack, as you can see. And this is the first time in a long time I have played this game. The graphics in the background might not seem to be brilliant, but when you play the game, it sure is. So we're going to get straight in. Obviously, as you can see, we haven't played a game in a while. Code Trinity, I think, will be a good starting point for us. So as you can see here, oh no, sorry, Cape Trinity. So Cape Trinity sweeps along the sunny coast of Trinity Bay, along an important shipping route with only 3 city sites. Cape Trinity is a cozy region with a good mixture of natural resources and land value. So as you can see, we have 3 cities, which will be dotted around, and then 1 Great Works. So if we click into it, we're going to name our region Greenopia. We'll call it Greenopia. Greenopia. There you go, Greenopia. In the idea that our cities will be run by energy saving power, so like wind, solar, stuff like that. So if we go to next, now as you can see, we've got 1 Great Works location, which means all these 3 cities that we build up, maybe we'll have Clearwater will most likely be our starting point. So we'll have all our residents and our basic stuff in there. This might be a tourist attraction, and then as you can see, because we have all these well, I should say oil, ore and coal, because we have those 3, that will be our industry city. All those 3 will contribute to the Great Works location, which could be whatever you wanted it to be. So it could be either a solar farm, it could be a transport centre, I'm pretty sure. It can hold residents. It could be a solar farm, have I already said that one? Or it could be an airport. An airport, I think, is the other one, to get more people into your cities. So we're going to go with this one, because this one seems like a good starting point. It does have less wind than Trinity Point, and Trinity Point has more water, but I want this to be another city. So we're going to go with this one. So Clearwater is an important connection between Norwich Hill and Trinity Point. So Trinity Point, Norwich Hills. Clearwater is poised to become a major trade port, shipping resources to the global market from Cape Trinity. Okay. Jutting into Trinity Bay, gorgeous views make Trinity Point prime real estate for a coastal resort town. Tucked away in the foothills, Norwich Hills is ready for a modern mining operation to take advantage of the hill's extensive ore deposits. Fossils found in the hills hint at underground oil deposits. We're going to go for this one, because I do want this one to be our normal city with residents in, like it says, a town. However, this one will be where we have all the water, enough water to be running to this one and this one, enough electricity to be running to this one and this one, and this will be like our trading city, so all the stuff from here will go over to Clearwater. So we're going to go ahead and claim this one. We'll jump straight into it. I do already have a name for this city. I'm not going to give it away just yet. However, I do want you guys, if there are enough people watching at this time of recording, to come up with a name. As you can see, we can name it down here. So at the moment it's just going to be called Clearwater. Obviously, as I just said, if you guys can think of a better name than Clearwater, or the name that I have, which I'll give away in the next episode, then you guys might get to have your name up here. Right then, so do forgive me if I'm a little bit slow on this game, because like I said, there's been a long time since I've played this game. So it looks like we have a bit of water by the So we have a bit of water here, which is very nice. Then we have sort of a beachy area. We have a rail network going straight through our city, and we have a road here. The first thing you need to do at any point, draw a road from, I can't quite see it because my finger's in the way, but I'll keep that there. So the first thing you need to do whenever you start a city is make sure there are, if we go to the water table, so you want to make sure you plop down sort of your city in the opposite location of the water, and sort of if we did have any coal or oil, then you want to make sure you have that, like the city over here, if everything was over here, just because obviously the more power and industry stuff will be polluting the surrounding areas if it's not green. So it does need to be away from the city, because if you have a look at the wind map, we'll see which okay, so the wind's blowing this way, which is good because it means basically we can build our city over here, have the industry stuff over here, and then it'll be blowing over there. I don't think, if I was to look at this, right, so Norwich Hills is over there, and then I think it was Trinity Bay, was it? That's going to be over there. So even if it was blowing this way, it's not going to affect any other city, which is good. So it does look like our, not that one, our industry stuff can go over here, which is very nice. So what we can go ahead and do is go ahead and plan out our city. Because the highway is very, very close to us, we can go ahead and extend it out. In fact, we can extend it all the way. Right down here. Then we can have this road going down here. Right, okay, that's not what I wanted because they're not even, are they? For some reason it never does that. It puts it evenly. So what I'll go ahead and do is grab that one there. Come on, you almost snapped it then. There we go. Does that look even? I think that is. It's close enough to it. So we can go ahead and have these for the industry. So we can go ahead and, well, actually, no, let's not zone it just yet. Then we can have branching off here. We can have residential. I think I'm gonna. You want to make sure you build it quite how you want it, because you only get, if you're going to demolish this, it's going to be bad for your population. So you want to make sure that when you build it first off, you have enough space to. Okay, we're gonna have to do that. Then put that there. We might even have enough space to do that one. Awesome. So that's that. Go ahead and branch some more off. This will be our residential areas. So go ahead and put that one. Then we can go ahead and delete that one. That one. So this will be our residential. And what we can go ahead and do is, how do you want to do this, Jack? Without spending too much money. So these 6 blocks, if you like, will be copied over here eventually. We'll have the 6 residential, 2 commercial, or we could have the commercial here and then the city centre here maybe. I do want to go ahead and zone... do I? No, I don't. I want to make sure I put some water down first and some electricity to make sure we have enough going to our houses when they do get built. So we can go ahead and put the water anywhere if I'm going to be truthful. We can have it going here. Nope, so just the normal one's fine. The electricity, the wind power station we're going to go for, 8,000 compared to 33,000, so we can't afford to do anything but the wind power plant. And we are going to harvest, does look like 7 miles per hour. So it's not much, and it's not going to produce any pollution, so we can go ahead and put it right next to our water. However, the sewage outflow pipe will cause problems. So we're going to go ahead and put it literally in the centre here, because later on you will see how this will, it's basically pumping sewage through the roads into this, out of this pipe, and then it's getting pushed here out into the out into like a massive pit, and then that pit pollutes the surrounding areas, which is not good. However, when we do unlock the town hall department of facilities, we can then get that one, or possibly even that one. And then what it is basically it's a sewage treatment plant, which will clean. It will take sewage water in. It will clean the sewage, dump the. It will sort of keep the sewage remains, and then it will pump all the water back into the land. That's why it's always good to have the sewage treatment plant and the water pumping station next to each other, because the sewage will naturally dump water into the land. So it's sort of like an infinite amount of water. So yeah, eventually this will start dumping into the land, and when we get advanced enough, we can delete this and then put trees all around here, because the more trees we have, so this is the pollution map as you can see, when it gets to this colour, which it will, we can put trees around, speed up time, and then the trees will naturally die, but with the trees dying it will take away the pollution, and then we can just plant more trees and this area will eventually be pollution free. That's the aim anyway. So what we can go ahead and do now is zone some areas. So we're going to zone the residential first. I think I will have these as commercial, but I'm not going to zone them just yet. Put the industrial over there, and then have maybe, I think we're going to split this in half. Should we? Oh no, we'll keep it like that. The bigger the regions, the better for the expansion, because obviously the people will want to expand their properties, and obviously they need planning permission, and they can't do that if they're living in like a small area. So what you'll start to see is we're on a negative 280 per hour income. That's down to the fact that we have all these 3 facilities up and running. However, with the residents have to pay tax, which is just a basic tax, I'm pretty sure, which we have to have a region at a town hall for, which we will have sooner or later. So obviously it says provide working power and water. Obviously there's no one running this at the moment because there's no staff in there. So what we can do is we can go ahead and speed up time. This game is a very, very good game to play. I do prefer it to that of City Skylines, only because I guess I'm used to the layout on this game. I'm not saying that City Skylines is a bad game. It is by far a good game from the videos that I've seen and the videos I've watched. However, because I've played SimCity so much, when I tried to play City Skylines, it wasn't I didn't like it purely because I wasn't used to the controls. So I will prefer SimCity naturally due to that fact. What you will start to see is that people or residents will pop up with speech bubbles, or thought bubbles they're called, and it will come up with their thoughts, like we need greener electricity, for example, and then you'll see the actual bubble glass. That's a thought. Hey Mayor, do you want a town hall? With the town hall, we'll have access to services like fire, waste disposal, health and police. I will do that. So yeah, those are thought bubbles, so it's nice to finally come home. And I think they were speech bubbles. So I've left this area blank for a reason. We're going to have our town hall literally in the centre. There we go. It provides happiness to everyone around. We'll wait until they've fully moved in, because some people are still moving in. Congratulations, mate, your hard work has paid off. Now that you've built up your town, give it a name. Obviously, we are going to keep it as Clearwater, just for a moment. We come into here, we have gambling unlocked, and then we have the Omegaco factory, which we're not going to use at the moment. So as you can see, when we get enough residents, we'll have an upgrade. That upgrade will allow us to have like Department of Finance or Department of Transport, for example. The good one to always start with is Department of Finance, just because you can then tax people. I do believe the lower income people will have the higher tax, so I think you can get away with, the highest you can go is 12 for lower wealth, 11% for medium wealth, and then 10% for higher wealth. It might even be 13, 12 and 11. I'll have to search it up again, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Mayor, we have reports of some crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Vu threatening the region. There's only one way to defeat him. You won't regret this. Maximan, we have to bring him back. We need a bit bigger of a town to give him a proper home. Maybe then he will come to save the day. No. What that is basically a superhero and a villain. I'd like to keep it as realistic as possible. Obviously that wouldn't happen in real life, so we're not going to have that. This was just going to Oh, what's this one? We should get a power amplifier to power out more clean energy. I bet the Academy could research it. Again, I don't know why people are saying this stuff, because obviously we are so early on in the game. I can't have an academy because it's going to be too expensive. As you can see, the people are being taxed, and because people are being taxed, our profit slash loss is £2,532 an hour, or sorry, simoleons, not pounds. Covering the UK, typical mistake. So at the moment we do have 34,000 simoleons. It's called simoleons, isn't it? I want to be called. Pretty sure it is. So the next thing that we can do is, if we have it unlocked, so we have a grade school, a public library. Again, everything that we do have will cost us money. So you can see it's minus 400 simoleons an hour, but we can afford it, which is good. We could have a police station, we could have a clinic, or we can have a fire station. I think the first thing we actually need is trash. So we need a garbage dump, and obviously with the academy you can actually buy a ground scrubber. So that is basically a substitute for buying trees all around everywhere. It just cleans up the area. And again, this will produce ground pollution. So we will put it here temporarily. So it won't be staying there. That will just be temporary. As you can see, we have 191 garbage cans to be collected. That one's got 20, bloody hell. So what will happen is that the garbage trucks, when they start their shift, will go out and collect all of the rubbish. The reason why I put that down first is because we don't want people to overfill their rubbish. We might have to hire another truck, so we'll go here, and we shall Got another truck in place, we can go ahead and put it next to the sewage. And then we can extend this road off. We can add in it like a little dump. This is sort of a backup to this one because I don't want this one to get full and then have them polluting into the ground. So they should start to collect 191 a day because it's not too much for them to handle. I'll look at what this one says. If you get us to 2,500 residents, we'll be able to incorporate ourselves as a small city. We could get a city hall. Let's go for it. I'll do it because it gives us 5,000 money, and to be honest, we're going to do it anyway. So you can see our population here. So we are at a steady at the moment. Trying to think of what we need next. So this is all done. That's all done. That's the government stuff's done. So we get rid of that. The trash is done. So maybe it's a good place to start a fire. Start up a fire station. I think it might be a good idea just to have an extra zone for each of them. And it might be a good idea to have them coming off from the highway or the main road. Although this will be expanded, so maybe it's not a good idea to put it there specifically. I guess we could put one. So I don't want to take up too much room. We could put the fire service there. Yes. And then this is going to be a residential. So we'll leave that. That's going to be residential. So that's, we can fit a 2 there, a 2 here. Or what we could do is, no, we're not going to do that, so that's going to leave us odd. This is 2, 2, 2. Let me do this. And then we can have 2, 2, 2, so we can have one there. Awesome, and then we have one for the school. So, what we can do now, try not to screw up with this system here, is, right, this is definitely all residential, so we can go ahead and put this in. Not sure about having this one as anything emergency, sorry, because obviously we want full coverage. So if we put like a fire station in there, for example, they'll cover all of this and then all of the residents that we put over here. Whereas if we put it here, it might only reach out to like that sort of circle area. We'll get to the far, so we want to put them in the city, in the centres. It might be worth getting rid of this commercial and putting the commercial here. Just having 3 zones of commercial for all the residential. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put in the zones. Might even be worth moving the town centre as well. Town hall. Zoning this off maybe, having 2 each. Then closing this off. That might be worth it. Although I am liking the layout of this. Let's try and... Let's pause it for a second. So if we was to have that go in there, just touching my screen so I can plan this out. So you got those two as residential, that as the city, or you could keep it like that and have that as the city centre, those two as commercial, and then those two as residential. Right, okay, I think I've worked it out. I have worked it out. And it will involve us having another main road. So we'll go ahead and plot that in. We shall play. And what we're going to do is we are going to demolish all of these. In fact, it might be worth us pausing the game for this. I'll do it. Demolishing this as well. So hopefully these will be empty, and as you'll see when we play the map again, you'll see that our money will have gone down because obviously we've deleted the... Why isn't that doing it? It's not straight. It will have deleted the commercial. So we can go ahead and put commercial in these two zones. Sorry, residential in those two zones, commercial there, and then we can go ahead and put our town hall here, maybe in the centre. I think I'm going to put it there. In terms of zones, I am going to... I don't know whether I want to keep up the horizontal. We can go ahead and put commercial in these. No, we're not. Sorry for the indecisions. Indecisive decisions. It might be worth... No. I'm going to keep it like that. So obviously, as you can see, our money's gone down now, only because obviously we've got... Oh, I don't know why that's done that. I think it's probably because we deleted our town hall. I'm going to keep it 12. So they're going to be rebuilt. I'm going to wait for them, just so we can get our money back. See how commercial's doing. Commercial's doing fine. We are going to put the fire station here, only because we want the fire trucks to get out to the city, as well as go to the industrial sites as well, because there will be fires over there soon enough. So we're going to go to fire. It's going to cost us 20,000 simoleons, and it's going to cost 400 an hour. So we're going to go ahead and build it there. The main road, I think it makes sense. I don't know whether I should tuck it up or whether I should. No, we'll put it there. Then when we click on it, we can obviously upgrade it. Welcome to the fire station. It may not be much, but quite those fires. Feel free to expand the new garages or a nice new fire alarm to wake us up when there is a fire. Thanks for thinking about fire safety, Mayor. You know what they say? Better safe than smouldering. That is very true. So we can go ahead and edit this. Obviously everything that we do add will cost us extra an hour, so we do need to make sure we are careful. And you can add a flag, you can add a sign, you can add a bell, which I think I'll put on the centre one. Or maybe not actually. Should I? No, I won't. Take that one off. I'll add the sign to the centre. And then we'll add one more, just because obviously we want. I think they come with 2 fire trucks in each, don't they? Or was it just one? No, it's just 1 truck in each. And obviously, as you can see, they do actually currently have a fire. So they are responding to something. So this over here. And as you can see, they're responding and they've put out the fire, which is very nice. Oh, I want to turn that one off. Sorry about that. So yeah, as you can see, all the green is where the coverages are. Obviously, as you can see, the fire's going out to there as well. So it looks like we did put the fire station down just in time. Let's check on our waste. So we can go ahead and plop another one down, because it doesn't look like they are making... Well, it is only 11 AM, so it might reach it all. Let's just quickly observe it for a second, see what happens. So still got this one to go to. Right, okay. They're not collecting that one. Maybe it's because they put something wrong in their garbage or something, who knows. Because we've got 5,000 residents now, this is going to be our landmark. So, as you can see, we will now be able to have an upgrade. So this is our new town hall. We can upgrade it further. So we can have a sign out the front, which is never in the middle for some weird reason. And these are the following that we can have in each region. Ideally, I just want to have them in this region. So we do want to make sure we have as many people in this region as possible. Sorry, not in this region, in this city. So, Department of Utilities, which I do want in this one. Transportation isn't a key one as yet, so it might be one of the last. Same with the tourisms. The Department of Safety I do want in this one, the Department of Finance I do want in this one, and the Department of Education I do want in this one, but that will be one of the last ones. So the first one we're going to go for is the Finance. After we've done the Finance, we'll go for either Safety or Utilities. It might even be Utilities, because it's going to be a while off before we get a Police HQ. So it'll be Utilities, then it might be Education, then it might be Safety, or it could be Utilities, Safety and Education. So if we zoom in, you can see what people are saying. So I keep looking through these ads, these want ads, but I don't see any entry jobs. Entry level jobs. Ugh, I'm totally sick. Sniff, anybody got a tissue? I feel a lot safer now there's got a fire station in town. So having the speech bubbles there, not speech bubbles, thought bubbles, they are going to be very helpful in deciding what we want. We need a clinic, just something small, we're only human, you know. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the clinic down. Clinic. Okay, so we do have a few people who are ill. We can go ahead and put the clinic here. No, not going to go put it here. And then we can go ahead and add a set of ambulances. How many can you have? I think it's 4, isn't it? 4. So we can put them along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should allow us to put 3 more down, yeah. And then we can go ahead and add extensions onto the hospital. So we can add 1 patient's rooms wing. And that's going to give us more than enough medical property. So what will happen now is the ambulances will go out. Let's have a look how many we actually have. We have 2 ambulances, so again it's 1 ambulance per drop, because obviously you have that's 1 ambulance, that one there. And then the space for 1 more. So they're going to bring all the people in who are ill. Then we can go ahead and see how many are in here. So we've got 10 out of 25, which is awesome. So the next thing we're going to need is police. Obviously, as you can see, as you grow cities, as your city grows, so will the criminal element. Build a police station to make your residents happy and increase land value. Okay. We do have enough money to do it, so we are going to do it. As you can see, because I've got the extensions, you've got Maxis Manor, which is the superhero I was on about. And then you've got the massive French police station, because I've got the DLC for it. We're not going to go for that one, even though it is tempting. We're going to go for this one. And we're going to put the police station here. We're going to pop it in the centre, because why not? Then what we can do is we can put a sign at the front. We'll put it in front of the car park. Put a flag down, we'll put it there. Add some police cars. And then we can go ahead and add a jail cell ground floor once we have enough money for one. Which shouldn't be long. What we can go ahead and do now is, because we actually unlocked the finance, the Department of Finance, we can actually tax people what they are supposed to be taxed. So we can go ahead and set it like that, because what will happen now is it will encourage the wealthy into our city because there's lower tax, and obviously it will say to the poor, earn your way up the ladder, because then you earn less. You owe less tax. So that's going to help us out just a tad. Obviously, you won't see the benefits as of yet. However, you will start to see it once we grow. I might add it up to one more, just because we'll see what people say. And if it's too high, you'll see that people start to complain. I'm sure it was 12, 11, 10. We can still chance it.
Snurzim bim finu teputh lanu pandu. They arful at quetzal.
Okay, so apparently the waiting rooms are filled. Patients being treated. Right, so they are. So we do need to add another patient's wing as well as a cell, because obviously we will exceed 10, sorry, not excess. So all we got to do now is just wait for the money to roll in. Obviously, because we've got like the garbage dump, the fire station, the medic centre, and the police station, we can actually transfer all of our. We can transfer our police, for example, to work not only in our city but in Trinity Point as well. But obviously, because we haven't set up our city yet, we don't need. Because we haven't set up any other cities, we don't need to share our units as yet. Right, it does look like we're going to have to do the medic centre first. How much is one of these? 12,000. Perfect. We'll go ahead and add it onto the back. And then once we've added the police jail cell, although it doesn't look like we need one yet, so we might not need to add one as of yet. We might move on to education. So as you can see, we can buy a public library, which is 10,000 simoleons and then minus 100 an hour, or we could buy a grade school, which is 16,000 for minus 400 an hour. And we will be buying the grade school, and we shall be plopping it somewhere where there's room to grow. We might put education here. So we could put grade school here, for example. We could put the high school behind it, and then we could put the college near here, for example. Or we could put it over here, maybe, and have education be over in this corner. So we can go ahead and plan it out. So we can have that one go there, that one go there. I mean, we could even have it extend just a tad bit further, and then delete this, and then we can go for a curved road. And that will come out like that, which will look amazing. And then this will consist of our... It's a little bit on a slope, but it doesn't really matter too much. this will have our, hopefully, our high school, our grade school, and our college. Although the college will need dorms, so the college might go over here. And obviously we will have to put the schools up here, so they have rooms to expand. I don't know whether we should put the grade school up here or not. I think that's a very good place to put it. Spot on there. What we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to plop down some school bus stops. And the way we are going to do it, because I think there's only one bus at the moment. Is there one bus? Yes, there's one bus. We will be upgrading that. But it's going to be 200 per bus stop and minus 10 per hour. So we're going to add one on this road, one on this road, one on this road, and one on this road. One on there, one on there, one on there, and one on there. We can go ahead and add one there each. Add them on each side of the road. There we go. So what that's going to do is that's going to basically send the school bus out, pick them up from all those stops. So all the green that you can see is the school coverage, so the amount of students that will be picked up from the residential areas. So as you can see, there's no sort of empty marks like down here. So obviously these people won't be able to go to school, but they won't need to because they are industrial places. And we have full coverage apart from this road here, but we don't. Maybe we could put one there just for the sake of it. And then what we can do is we can speed up time and edit our school, so we can have a flag, sign. We can have a maximum of 5 school buses. So we are, how much are they? 3,000 each. So we can have 1 and 2, but we can get rid of this one because it's in our way. We can fit 5 along here. There you go, you can see that. We do have 1,000 extra to play with. How much are these classrooms? 10,000. So I think the way we're going to expand this is we're going to put one there and we're going to put one behind. So we've got room to put the high school here. And then I think you can only put 2 of these down and 2 of these down. Because obviously it's nice to have a top floor. And then obviously the 2 floors. So you'll have a 3-storey school. Which is very nice. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40. So we need 40 grand. You could even argue 40... about 53 or 51. Oh yeah, 51,000 you won't have to spend on this, which is going to be very expensive. And obviously they are minus 200 an hour, but we should be able to afford it. We are going to have as many buses as possible, just so because we want to upgrade our school as much as possible, because we do want to educate people. So the more you educate people, the more smarter they're going to live. They're going to start fires less, because obviously if you're frying something in the frying pan, for example, or you're cooking something in a fryer, you're going to be, that school is going to teach you that you can put the fire out with just like a towel. You can put a towel over the fryer and that'll get rid of the fire, and not to use water. Whereas if they don't go to school, they might use water and make an even bigger fire. They're going to be they're going to be educated that crime is a bad thing, and they are going to be taught that what a stroke is, for example, what a heart attack is, so they're not always in the clinic. And then that's basically grade school. When you go to high school, it's going to teach you stuff like industry stuff, so like basic industry and like sewage dumping. And then once they get to college, then you're going to start seeing the changes within the actual places, because they are going to start doing projects, and they're going to start reaching out to industry companies to start being smarter. Because if you have a look, if we go onto the map and we go onto ground pollution, as you can see, this is starting to generate a little, and this is starting to generate a lot. And the reason being is because these are all bad. They're all lower educated workers that are just literally dumping the waste onto the floor. As you can see, like, we have some waste here. It's waste. That's waste. 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 There is quite a lot of it, and it does generate over time. We do have one rubble. What's this? We want to throw a giant block party all night, man. We may toss out a bit more garbage during the party, but you don't mind, do you? You gonna let us throw our party, or what? This mission will generate our garbage. Sorry, will generate garbage. We'll go and do it because we need the 25,000. So, see, as you can see there, it says I'm searching the internet for what to do when there's a fire. Slow today. So what that will mean is that when they go to school, they'll learn how to put out a fire. This is what my friends and I want to do a fireworks show for everyone. Safety, we might cause some fires, but no worries. One, we have a fire station, so we can casually do it. We'll say no thanks. I know it is 50,000, but we don't want to have a load of fires popping off. This is going to be a no instantly. Just because I'm not ready to do it. No. What was we going to do before we... That's just saying about Dr. Evil. We don't need to do that one. I was going to do something before I got interrupted. Can't remember what I was going to do. So we have 20 hours left until the garbage starts to generate. Or sorry, the job is finished. And then that 25,000 should grant us at least an extra classroom. I haven't seen anyone complain about the tax at the moment. There are more workers than there are jobs. Zone industrial or commercial to add more workplaces. Okay, so what's this one say? Building fire. Ah, that's what I was going to do, the abandoned building. I did notice it. So all that means is our fire people didn't get out to that house on time, which might mean we need to expand our fire station. How much is an extra classroom? 10. Okay, so we'll have that one. So once we've added the school, so it says 150 students were taught yesterday out of 350, although I think the capacity yesterday was 150. So we can go ahead and take that one off. Once we get the 25,000, it might be next episode, but once we do get it, we will be upgrading all the roads to allow sort of people to have higher wealth. Because obviously with the roads, you'll start to see maximum density supported, which is low. And it's low for this one, so low, low, then it goes maximum density supported, which is medium. So what that means is that when you upgrade the roads, these are all low wealth. The one you can tell, you go onto the land value map. So the people living around the school and the clinic, so this lot will all be medium wealth, as you can see. Don't like these high taxes. Right, okay, so people are starting to complain about the high taxes. We might need to turn it down a bit, which means we are in the red, but that's okay. It's only 41. We can easily fix that by zoning more residential, which we can zone residential around here. This might save the land value. Oh, no shoppers. Well, that's going to sort stuff out by zoning residential. So yeah, if we go back onto this map, so this will all be medium wealth. This is medium wealth, this is medium wealth, this is low. Yep, this is low. Everything in the white is low. So as you can see, it goes from sort of green, the higher the green, or the cyan colour I guess, the higher the wealth. Obviously, as you can see, you don't want people living around these areas because obviously it's going to pollute, and people are going to complain. There's going to be more health issues. Right, so as you can see, there is a massive increase in people collecting garbage, and we have unlocked the 25,000. So what we can do is, because we have residents moving in, the garbage is everywhere, that's fine. Electrical, oh no, alright, okay, so we haven't got enough electricity to power our people. So 0.2, so we are running quite low on electricity, so we can go ahead and add another turbine. Oh, we didn't upgrade this, we can add a sign as well. So that's going to increase the electricity. As you can see, this will go up once that starts working. 2.3, so that's fine. We'll check the water. The water's on 9, so that's fine, and then this is on 7.3, so that's okay. But obviously, as you can see, it will just literally dump it into the land, so this will be fine. As you can see, the roads are all collecting it through the pipes. So we'll go back onto the garbage map, see if they've collected it all yet. Okay, so they are still collecting. Which is nice, because they've collected 1,668, meaning they have left some somewhere. Oh, they haven't done the industry stuff yet. As you can see, all the garbage has been collected from the homes, and that's it. So everything's been collected. So it looks like they are coping with just the 4 trucks at the moment. 29 tons out of 140, so we might have to do something with that next episode, maybe buy an incinerator. However, I do want to avoid that purely for the air pollution. What's this say? A school has reached capacity and will have to turn students away. Add classroom modules to increase student capacity. We're not going to do that as of yet. Yeah, to advance clear water into the future, we need high wealth workers who will drive research into new technologies. The first step on a brand new futuristic road is attracting wealthy workers. What do you think, mate? Academic attraction. No thanks, we're not going to do that just yet. But I think, guys, that is going to be all for today's episode. So, with these SimCity videos, we are going to keep them to 60 minutes long. The aim for this series is maybe we should complete this city and call that series 1, call this series 2 or this series 3, or maybe we'll just call it a let's play, and then we'll build this city, then this city, then this city, and that will all contribute towards the great works. We'll see how it goes, but we're definitely going to focus on this city for now, until we have at least, I would say, about 50,000 residents, maybe even 100,000. Once we get to 100,000, we should be able to move on, because it will start generating itself, and it will start running itself, which is nice. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I am gonna try and aim for these videos to be 60 minutes long. If they do overrun, then I will apologise, but you know, better video content. If you're thinking that these videos are way too long, do let me know and I can put them into parts. However, like with SimCity, it is sort of a strategic game, so it does require longer videos for you guys to see exactly what's going on. Between episodes, you might see like a difference in monetary value or population. That might purely be because I've left the game running for a while, or I've done certain things off episode, which I should tell you about on the next episode, that I've changed. But I think that's everything, guys. So thank you very much for watching today. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe to let me know whether you're liking the SimCity episode or not, and to let me know whether you want to see more. Let me know whether you want to let me know whether you want me to do other things on SimCity, maybe add mods onto it. But thank you very much for watching, guys. That's all from me. Peace out.